Most people discover NotebookLM through the audio overview feature, two AI hosts making a podcast from your documents. That's fun, but it's the gimmick. The real use cases are quieter and much more useful. A queryable SOP library your whole team can search, a meeting prep system that reads 400 pages so you don't have to, a personal archive of every meeting you've ever had. This video covers the use cases that actually change how you work. Here's the one thing that makes NotebookLM different from Claude, ChatGPT, or Gemini. It only answers from documents you upload, period. It cannot search the internet. It won't pull from its training data. Every single answer comes with a citation that links to the exact section of the source it pulled from. One click to verify. This sounds like a limitation. It's actually the feature. When you're working with your company's SOPs, your financial reports, or your client's documents, you don't want the AI making things up from the internet. You want it locked to exactly what you gave it. NotebookLM has a 3-column layout, and the workflow is always the same, left to right. The Sources panel on the left is where you add everything: PDF, Google Docs, YouTube video links, websites, spreadsheets, slides, even EPUB ebooks. Think of this as telling the AI, the answers are in here somewhere. The Chat panel in the middle is where you ask questions and get cited answers. The Studio panel on the right is where you generate actual deliverables, reports, infographics, slide decks, mind maps, audio overviews, flashcards, quizzes. The key insight: don't jump to Chat or Studio until your sources are solid, what you can feed it and how to feed it well. You can add Google Docs, PDF, YouTube videos, websites, slides, and now EPUB files. Up to 300 sources per notebook, up to 500,000 words each. The single most important tip: use Google Docs instead of PDFs wherever possible. Google Docs are living documents. When you update your SOP, NotebookLM fetches the latest version automatically. PDFs are frozen at upload time. If your process changes, a PDF-based notebook goes stale. A Docs-based notebook stays current. Second tip: skip the deep research feature inside NotebookLM. Claude and Gemini's deep research tools are meaningfully better. Run deep research there, then paste the result into NotebookLM as a source. The use case that teams get the most value from: building a queryable SOP library. Here's the setup. You upload all your standard operating procedures into one notebook, ideally as Google Docs with document tabs, one tab per process. A new hire joins. Instead of handing them a 200-page handbook to read, you hand them the notebook. They ask, "What's the process for onboarding a new client?" They get a step-by-step answer with a direct link to the SOP section. You also click one button to auto-generate a study guide covering everything in the sources, useful for probationary employees who need to understand the whole picture fast. Support teams use the exact same setup. Upload your product docs and troubleshooting guides, and agents can query them in real time with cited answers they can verify before telling a customer. 4 more use cases worth knowing. Meeting prep. Upload all the relevant materials before a board meeting or investor update. Click the Briefing Doc button in Studio, walk in prepared. No prompting needed, it has its own built-in prompt. Competitive research. Upload competitor pricing pages, product docs, and analyst reports. Use the data table's output to pull scattered numbers into a sortable comparison you can export to Google Sheets. And unlike most AI tables, the numbers come from your sources, not guesswork. Client proposals. Upload the RFP, your past winning proposals, and case studies. Ask which requirements map to your existing capabilities. Generate a slide deck to see what narrative it proposes as a starting point. Conference prep. Upload speaker presentations before the event, generate a quiz from them, run it live with Slido or Mentimeter. 4 tips that dramatically improve what you get from the Chat panel. First, always set a custom instruction in Configure Chat before you start asking questions. Tell it who you are and what you need. Something like, "You are a competitive analyst, respond with structured comparisons, and always cite your sources." Every answer is now framed around your goal. Second, delete your chat history after a few exchanges. If you let history pile up, the quality drifts. Delete it, reset, keep going, but save any useful insight as a note first, or better yet, add it as a source so it influences all your future studio outputs. Third, start with the suggested prompts NotebookLM generates based on your sources. They're genuinely good starting points. Fourth, ask about gaps, not just summaries. Try, what topics are in these sources that I haven't asked about yet? That's where NotebookLM earns its keep. Let's talk about audio overviews properly. The standard description is, two AI hosts have a conversation about your documents like a podcast. The actual experience is better than that sounds. If you've ever had a 30-page strategy document you were supposed to read but kept putting off, this is the solution. You upload it, generate an audio overview, play it on the mobile app while commuting or cooking, and you've actually absorbed the content. In 2026, they added interactive mode. You can raise your hand mid-conversation, interrupt the hosts, ask a follow-up question from your sources, and they resume where they left off. You can also customize the length, complexity, and format: debate, critique, brief, or standard. The honest assessment. For content you would read or screen anyway, just use chat. But for long content you'd otherwise skip. Audio overview is the only tool that actually solves the problem. Quick breakdown of every studio output and when to use it. Reports. Use the suggested formats button, not the generic options. NotebookLM analyzes your sources and recommends the most useful structure. Mind maps, the most underrated tool. See your entire source library at a glance, click any branch, and get a grounded chat on that specific topic. Use it before you start asking chat questions. Infographics, 10 visual styles including professional, scientific, sketchnote, and bento grid. Pro tip, upload your brand guidelines as a source and add that to your instructions. It matches your brand colors and fonts. Slide decks. Slides export as images, not editable elements, so don't expect to edit them in PowerPoint. Use them to get a proposed narrative, then rebuild in your own tool. Data tables, for competitor comparisons and fact extraction. Flashcards and quiz, save across sessions, good for certification prep, and live event Q&A. 3 notebooks worth keeping permanently. Health reports, upload your annual lab results each year and ask what changed significantly compared to last year. NotebookLM doesn't invent health data, it only uses what you uploaded. You'll surface trends before your next appointment. Meeting notes knowledge base, drop every meeting transcript in as it happens. Before any meeting, ask what you decided about a specific topic last quarter. Never reread old notes again, just query them. Tax and accounting, upload your financial statements alongside the relevant sections of the tax code and ask what deductions you're eligible for based on your income and expenses. It won't replace your accountant, but you'll show up with much better questions. What NotebookLM cannot do, and this matters. It has no access to live data from your CRM, email, calendar, or any connected tool. If your sources are out of date, the answers are out of date. It's not the right tool for creative writing, coding, or brainstorming from scratch. It needs source material to work from. Its deep research feature is weaker than Claude's or Gemini's. Use those for research, then bring the results here. And slide decks export as images, not editable elements, so plan accordingly. The walled garden is not a bug. It is the feature. The limitation is the reason you can trust the answers. If you need open-ended, creative, or live data work, use a different tool. If you need accurate, verifiable, source-grounded answers from your own documents, this is the right tool. Start today. Go to notebooklm.google.com, sign in with your Google account, it's free. Create a new notebook. Upload 5 to 10 of your most important documents, your SOPs, your meeting notes, your research reports, whatever pile of documents you've been meaning to read. Ask something you'd normally spend 20 minutes searching for. Then click the citation. Verify the answer. That's the moment you get it. New AI lesson every day. Follow so you don't miss what's next.